Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to This Just In. Thank you for joining me today. In this video, we're going to take a look and do a Playboy stock analysis. There has been a ton of things that have happened recently. So I wanted to give you my thoughts as well as my Playboy stock price prediction for the end of 2021. So let's jump right in. All right, guys, before we get started today, subscribe to the channel for me. Hit that little bell so you get notified every time I post. There's also a link down in the description to my Patreon account. Come over and join the family. We've got an amazing community, a ton of like-minded individuals that are constantly trying to help each other. You'll get access to the private Discord where we talk stocks. You'll get links to 5 different portfolios so you can see exactly what I invest into. And then anytime I buy or sell a stock up to the second I do it, I send out a notification so you can follow along. I also send out like high value swing trade setups or anytime I map a chart or any education or, a watch list, just anything that I think can help us grow our portfolios, become better investors, or is just an interesting fact. So come check it out. We've got an amazing community. I have had some people ask me, about the $1 tier. Guys, that was filled up. That's the day one squad. I love you guys so much. I did do a $5 tier. Guys, come over. If you want to check it out, if you're a little hesitant, I will make this, claim for anybody out there. If you want to come over and check it out and try it out, and you are not fully satisfied within the first 30 days, I will give you a full refund on your membership. I think you'll get a lot of value out of it. We've had multiple setups, multiple alerts, multiple stocks that would pay for your membership for the whole year. And that goes for my current patrons as well. If you're not satisfied, let me know. I would love to give you a refund. Guys, I just want to bring as much value as I can. I am new to this, but when I started the channel, my entire goal was to build an amazing community of beautiful people. So come check it out. But guys, let's jump in. No more rambling. So today I want to go over Playboy. A couple of things I want to talk about. So guys, Playboy just joined the Russell 2000 and the Russell 3000. That went into effect yesterday. So any of the indexes that hold Playboy are going to have to add shares, to rebalance and constitute the holdings within there, which will put upward pressure, buying pressure on the Playboy stock. We are seeing it pop a little bit today. The other thing is they did a stock offering that ended back on June 14th. They issued like 4.27 million shares at $46 a share. It did generate a ton of revenue, about 217 million in proceeds, which obviously anytime a stock does a stock offering, you're going to get downward pressure. But honestly, if you plan on holding it for the long term, it does put them in a position to make acquisitions, like the one we just saw and the one we're going to go over today. They can pay off debt, they can accelerate growth. It's not that big of a deal. Obviously, there's dilution there, which is, not everybody's favorite, but overall, I'm not too worried. The other thing is they did some debt rebalancing, which will save them, quite a bit of money. They took like $160 million loan that's due by 2027, which is expected to save them $3 million a year in interest and $7 million annually in cash sweep payments. For those of you guys that don't know, cash sweep is just when you take any excess free cash flow and kick it out to your debt or, loan payments. So that's nice. Anytime you could have more free cash flow, the better, to have that on hand. The other thing that they did was they announced that partnership and mobile gaming tournament. I think they called it Summer of Play on the Skills platform. We own Skills. I like Skills. I love online gaming, love competitive gaming. And so, cool feature there. I'm glad that they're doing stuff like that. It's creating, obviously stronger demand. It's creating more brand awareness, a lot of cool things there. And then they did that NFT partnership with Nifty. So guys, Playboy's making moves. They're a world renowned, they're literally an iconic company. So I just wanted to kind of give you an update on some of the things that were happening. But let's jump in and take a look at this acquisition here. So as you guys can see, they acquired this company called Honey Birdette, I believe is how you say it, which is a disruptive luxury lingerie and lifestyle brand created for women by women. The thing about this acquisition, guys, is it's going to open them up to a whole new audience. This company is worldwide. They've got a really strong audience. We'll take a look at that. But as you can see here, Honey Birdette's products inspire confidence and empowerment. This is kind of their, breakdown of that company, of like kind of who they are as far as their fundamentals go. As you can see here, they achieved over 30% net sales compounded annual growth rate from 2019 to 2021 estimates. You can see here that in full year 2019, they did $42 million in retail sales they did 42 million in total sales, with the majority of that being retail and then some of it being e-commerce, with 18% on their adjusted EBITDA, margin, which is a nice margin there, especially for retail. It should be maybe a little bit higher for e-commerce, but I'm no expert there in lingerie sales. You can see here in full year 2020, they did 51 million, but they grew their EBITDA margin by 10%, which is fantastic year. And then look at that. Full year 2021, they're expecting to grow that EBITDA margin to 38 and do 73 million in gross revenue there. Look at the split up here though, guys. Mainly retail back here in 2019, splitting it to about even in 2021. So that's fantastic. Essentially, guys, Playboy is adding 73 million to their revenue. Fantastic there. This is a great acquisition for Playboy. That's why those stock offerings like that don't make that much difference to me. It doesn't bother me that much because I do have a longer term outlook on Playboy. I think it's an amazing brand and I want to hold it forever. Shout out RIP Hugh Hefner. I think he set up an iconic company that's going to give us great rewards in the future. As you can see here, kind of their geographical breakdown in full year 2021 estimates. A majority of their sales are in Australia right now, 24% in the United States, and 10% in the United Kingdom. That's for net sales. And then retail footprint, again, they've got 50 stores in Australia, 7 stores in the United States, and 3 stores in the United Kingdom. I do believe that Playboy is looking to expand that and add some in, places like New York and Miami and other places. You'll have to check on that, but I do believe I read that. The next thing here is just kind of their audience. Let's take a look at this, guys. So you can see here that an affluent, young, and highly engaged consumer, content and influencer-driven marketing drives efficient marketing for lingerie and lifestyle products. More than 50% of Honey Birdette consumers are under 34. Majority are female, as well as many male consumers purchasing gifts. Gender breakdown, 50% female and 43% male. Age breakdown, 20% are 18 to 24, 26 to 34 is 32%. Looks like their largest percentage is 26 to 34-year-olds. That makes sense. How they shop. So here it says they are loyal. Repeat purchases represent more than 60% of total net sales. That's fantastic, guys. Obviously, their products are good. Obviously, they've got a cool brand. You have more than over half of your sales being repeat customers. Really nice there. That means every time you do, you acquire a new customer, you're, really confident in that retention rate, and each customer is worth more in revenue. So you're willing to pay a higher customer acquisition cost to get that customer. They are high spenders. What did I say? Lifetime revenue (LTR) for repeat customers exceeds $760 dollars for average order value, which is 2.5 times more than Yandy. They buy lingerie, 74% of total sales. They follow the brand, which is 80% of e-commerce traffic is organic, with 1.1 million Instagram followers. So they're generating a ton of traffic organically. They're not even having to run a lot of Instagram ads and have a high marketing spend like that. Obviously, they do run more marketing spend. They're going to generate more traffic, but organic growth like that is priceless. Now let's take a look at the transaction overview. So as you guys can see here, Playboy paid $333 million for this company, which they did a $238 million cash funded purchase with existing cash on their balance sheets, and $95 million from their Playboy Group stock, which came out to 2.2 million shares. The transaction is expected to close in Q3 of 2021. And then the pro forma shares outstanding will be around 33.8 million, with the shares issued on January 14th at 4.7 million, and then those shares at 2.2. So the total, outstanding shares on the closing of this acquisition will be around 40.7 million outstanding shares. So keep that in mind. Overall, guys, I think this is huge for the Playboy brand. The more that they can gobble up and, acquire different companies and expand their product offerings and grow revenue, the more they're going to take over the market share. being such an iconic brand, they already are a household name. Everybody knows them. This is a company that's really dominant out in like Australia. The more and more that they grow, now that they're public, they can generate more liquidity, make better acquisitions, and also expand out into the NFTs and the iGaming and all those different things. I think there is so much opportunity here with this company, even despite the recent pullback in price. I think if you look out 2-3 years, this stock could do very well. So let's take a look at the chart. So as you guys can see here, we called this stock out in, back in like early March, around $17 when I first alerted it. I didn't actually end up taking an entry until $25. It came up, got rejected right here at the $33.44 range, pulled back all the way down to this area here, and I jumped in right here before it gapped up and ran up to break this inflection point. Ever since it's gotten above this area right here at the 33.44 to 35.91 range, it hasn't came back below it except for one time right back here in April on the 20th. Where it dipped down and hit a low of $31.61. Now, guys, it did reach a high of $62.72 right back in May 5th. Which was, pretty insane. I mean, guys, when it ran from here at its SPAC price of around 10 or 12 bucks all the way to 62 within, from March 5th to May 5th, literally in 30 days, it ran, what is that? Couple hundred percentage points, from this area here to this area up here. Yeah, 459%. That's insane, guys. So this little pullback right here, I mean, is natural. I mean, anytime you run like that, you've got to cool off. If you don't take a breath, you're going to fall on your face. Now you are getting this, this downtrend right here. You are making lower highs and you are making lower lows, unfortunately. Now, the biggest thing that we're going to want to see here, guys, is we're going to want to see it, it is holding support at this area, but we are going to want to see it come up here and recapture this pre-discernible swing high and break through this downtrend line. The beautiful thing is, guys, is we are still on top of the 200-day moving average. We're above it. We are below the 50 and the 20-day moving average, but just as of yesterday and today, with this big pop today at like 12% up today, we are getting back above the 20-day moving average. We are above the 50-day moving average, but we haven't closed above it yet. If we can close above that 50-day moving average today, I think we will be in pretty good shape. You can see here, though, it held support at this area where it ran up, got rejected, and then had a big, run up over the top of it, and it held support back here in April. Again, you are making the downslope, you are making the lower highs and the higher or lower lows, but overall, your negative momentum is leaving the stock. Your positive momentum is building, and it's not even starting to peak yet. You could really get more positive momentum to run up here and reach the positive momentum levels from back in June, beginning of June, and you could easily come up here and retake this this high point here. I think what I would do, you did just get added to the Russell 3000. What I would like to see is it, make this big day right here, maybe come back and back test to give us a double bottom, which would just be extra confirmation that it's going to hold support at this area, seeing how it really hasn't tested this area except for, the last couple of days back in, June 17th, June 18th, since clear back here in April. Blew way above it, held above it. Came down to recently retest it. It does need to come up here and fill this gap, though. So ideally, what we'd want to see is get a back test for a double confirmation. Have it run up, break through this trend line right here, back test it, and then run up and test all-time highs again. Guys, there's just not a lot of historical price action. I mean, this is the 4-hour chart. Look at the daily chart. There's just not much price action here. All I can say is, you got to break the downsloping trend. You've got to come up here and make a higher high. Overall, guys, my stock price prediction for Playboy at the end of 2021 would be up here at the high point at $63. I think it could potentially do better than that, especially with this acquisition. If, the Honey acquisition they just made can generate much more revenue and they can beat expectations quarter over quarter over quarter, and they do stuff with NFT, and, we get a, big green tidal wave in the market, and the market just starts running again, you could easily see this catch some some momentum and just blow right up past here. You break this high right here at 55 bucks, you're going to 63. You break 63, you're in price discovery, and we'll just have to wait and see where it goes from there. Overall, guys, the $42 price point is not that bad. I would wait. Obviously, I jumped in at like 25 bucks, so I'm not going to add any right here unless I can, get it down below this area here. You break down below this area here, you come down to test the 200-day moving average. That's much more appealing there. However, you are getting, some hidden bullish divergence right here, which is continuation. It's on the daily. It's pretty strong. You very well could see this thing just continue on right up, blow right past this high point, and head on up to outer space and start testing new highs. Again, though, I would ideally like to see it, double tap or double bottom, give us a retest before running. But we'll just have to wait and see. But that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I just wanted to give you my thoughts on Playboy. I think it's an awesome company. I think there's a ton of opportunity here. And I really do see this stock, potentially being like an $80, $90, $100 stock in the next 3 to 5 years, especially if they continue to make acquisitions. They double down on direct to consumer. They get into the NFTs. They're in mobile gaming. They're in so many different industries, and they're such an iconic brand. I don't see them going anywhere anytime soon. So this video is for entertainment purposes, guys. I am not a licensed stockbroker. Always do your own research and due diligence. Don't just take my word for it. Come over and join us at the Patreon if you want to be part of the family. Let me know down in the comments what you think about the Playboy stock, or if you have any stocks you want me to check out. Like the video if you get value out of it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.